Welcome to Woke Mental Wellness Presents Windy City Nihilism. This is a 12 Inner Demons homebrew campaign. Sinziak plays Romero Marcus, the Targeted. Imris plays Genissa Wallace, the Human Street Medic. Blue plays Ruin, the Social Media Vampire Demon. And Cassie is the Storyteller, playing the NPCs and the rest of the world. Windy City Nihilism is an urban horror podcast series. We do not shy away from touchy topics in the politics of horror, mental health, games, and life as a person of targeted identities. Series-wide content warnings include violence, manipulation, state surveillance, police, player conflict, gentrification, racism, unwanted romantic gestures, anti-Blackness, sexism, tension, body paralysis, trauma, monstrous forms, complicated relationships, sex, toxic work environments, death, hopelessness, blood, Eldrich Horror, colonization, and Existential Crisis and Dread. Please take care of yourself as you listen. And remember, hope and resistance do best in community. Welcome back. Where we last left off, everyone had been at Romero's apartment discussing the aftermath, both physical and mental, of a particularly rough day. And so we are picking up. Romero, you were drifting off to sleep. How are you feeling?
Romero's mood is still a little on the low side, but starting to even out a bit.
And as you're on the low side, starting to even out, and you're drifting off to sleep, as this was a much needed kind of forced day of rest for everybody, rest and important conversations, you drift. And this night, it feels as though you're on water. Like you are in a ship floating through the waves. They are choppy and the sky is gray. There are crackles of lightning and claps of thunder as the ship sails. And every now and then a wave breaks over and everything soaks. It is cold and the wind is blowing. What are you doing? Where on this ship would you be, Romero?
Probably at the bow of the ship.
Standing at the bow, looking out, stormy seas. And then something from out of the water. Something is looking at you. It's eyes, many sets of eyes, looking up through the stormy water as though it was clear. You can see them vividly, staring into you, and all you hear is a cacophony, screaming, whispering, voices coming to you. Your fault, your fault, your fault. Pain, suffering, your fault. Dead friends, your fault. Thunder, lightning, a wave breaks over the ship, drenching you again. The eyes bore into you. You feel rooted, as though you are a part of the tree that the wood of the ship is made of, and you cannot move as these eyes bore into you, and your fault. Your fault. Your dead friends. Your ruined life. You ruin life. Should have been better. Could have been better. What if you hadn't involved them? All of this will be your fault. Do something, do something, do something. It's your job, your fault. How does Romero react?
Romero would like to feel a lot of things, but I think what primarily he feels the most at this moment is tired and mildly resentful at the voices speaking to him. There is a moment, and I think the voice that he says this with is quiet but firm. They chose to stay, and I can't do anything about that.
The thunder cracks and the heaviness of your tiredness and your resentment slams down onto you. Do you bear the weight or do you fall to your knees?
I am going to attempt at least to bear that weight and see how it goes.
Okay. Let's leave it to the dice. Go ahead and roll.
Is this a fear test?
Yeah, fear test. So we're going to say it's a TN8 to bear this weight.
We have a 5, a 7, and an 8.
Okay. The thunder crashes onto you with the weight of your resentment and your exhaustion, and your body wants to give, but why don't you? What stops you from falling to your knees under the weight of exhaustion and resentment?
I think in this case, it would actually be the conversation we had in the living room from before.
The eyes bore into you as you bear this weight, thinking of your friends, the conversation you just had, keeping you steadfast against this storm. And one at a time, the eyes boring into you wink out of existence, disappearing into the depths instead of the clear water that seemed to be there. It clouds over and darkens with the storm here. But your boat, you sail forward through these stormy waters, and the eyes disappear. But the voices, your fault, life ruiner, your fault, do something, coward, they remain, but they quiet enough. This morning, when everyone wakes up, it's bright out. The smell of salt water still wafts on the air, and the sounds of marching boots, crying women, the feel of tension in the air, and people mistrusting each other quietly is still there. But even just looking out of Romero's window, it's strange because there are different plants. The trees seem like something is growing on them, out of them. It's unclear. But even just looking out of Romero's window, there's something different, even in the small green spaces that you can see from his window. It is early because you all have somewhere to be today. So how do you wake up? How do you get moving in order to get to Mama Wallace's house on time?
I am up. I am, in the bathroom, getting myself together, making sure that I am well groomed and never go to Mama's house without being well groomed, because I'm already in trouble and I'm not trying to get in even more trouble for pulling up unkempt. So I am up, getting myself together, dressing in the clothes that Joanne has brought for me from home, tidying, trying to make my braids look a little less, like fuzzy and all over the place from getting tossed around the other day, and just generally getting myself together, and also waking folks up if I don't see them stirring in a time frame that's going to get us to where we need to be on time.
Ruin, Romero?
For Romero, I think this is a fairly easy one to get prepared for, since this is what they do most mornings that they have to go to work anyway. But they're awake, they're gathering things, and I think he's thinking more about not knowing a lot about Genissa's grandmother, probably not like pulling out something that would be presentable, and not picking out some of the graphic tees with the edgy sayings and things like that on it, and settles on a t-shirt with a Union Jack and a black pair of jeans.
I love that. I think Ruin is checking their social media, maybe posting a couple status updates, because even when all this is over, said and done with, they're still gonna need, their shit together. But I think they will take this time to like look at Alexis, and it's like, so we're gonna talk about Kevon yet, or we're just ignoring that?
Alexis looks at you, daggers in his eyes when they hear you say Kevon's name, and looks at you and says, I have somewhere to be, and I think you should help me get like a skirt or something on so I can get going.
I think Ruin clearly like looks pissed off at like being brushed off, but will snatch a skirt out of Alexis's bag, and it's like, fine, we're just gonna not talk about the fucking elephant in the room when the whole thing we're doing is dealing with people's shit. And they'll still help her.
You say that, and Alexis looks at you and says, as you're helping her with a skirt, it's clear that the leg is a lot better, but it's still definitely hurt. Mm-hmm. And she says quietly, so that no one else in the room can hear, can you please just fucking drop it?
I think you should go. And that's all I'll say on that.
We have things to do. Or at least I have things to do. I don't know. If you like him so much, you go meet him. And she pulls away from you and puts a shirt on, gets herself together, and waits by the door for Genissa and Romero.
Once I see that everybody is got themselves together, I kind of lead the charge out the door. Well, first I hit request on like the ride share, and then I kind of just, take point going out the door. Just requested our ride. We'll meet me downstairs. It's not far from here, but she's really big about people being on time for meals. So yeah. And I just head out. I have my canvas bag with me, and I also bring my medical bag with me as well.
Mm-hmm. I think it best if I wait outside of your grandma's place.
Fair.
You say that, Ruin, and Felix pops out and says, wait, why?
Because her whole thing is demons.
Oh, shit.
Not her whole thing, y'all. Like, she's not like, a freaking sorceress or anything like that.
But you go into her because she know what the fuck she doing now.
Yeah. She likes to pretend that she's just my regular Christian paying grandma. So I actually don't know how close of proximity she's ever been to demons, but that's not to say that like, for all I know, she could got a demon of her own.
What color is her door?
Red.
She probably got that red brick dust set. Nah, I'm good. I'll wait outside.
You feel Felix moving in your bag and then crawling out of it and says, I'm gonna stay here.
What does it matter what color her door is?
I don't feel like getting banished today. That shit hurts.
Right? And it's really fucking hard to come back.
Add that to the list of questions to ask her. All right. Well, I mean, you know what? Honestly, Felix, if you don't want to hang out in my bag and make things moist some more today, that's actually great for both of us. So wonderful.
I don't make things moist.
You do make things moist. And I reach into my bag and pull out like a handful of like receipts and like the business cards that Ola gave me, and they're all kind of like weirdly like slimed together.
They're like dripping, yeah. And he's like, I mean, you know, if you gave me a bed, then that wouldn't happen.
I would love to see you two continue down the path of friendship, but we have an appointment.
And seeing this out of this conversation with Felix and this bed comment, I'm like, exactly. And our ride is here. And I like hustle out of the just out of the proximity of the conversation to like start looking around to see when the ride pulls up.
All right. So the ride is there. Romero, Genissa, Alexis get in. Ruin, are you also staying behind?
No, they're gonna follow, but they will follow from like in their mist form, I think. Like they will legit wait outside while the group handles the shit they gotta handle.
All right, so you're gonna travel at a slower pace.
Yeah.
In your mist form, kind of making your way there, giving them some time. So we follow the car. Your grandmother's house is one of the old houses. It's beautiful. It's got a half wraparound porch, even though it's not massive, but it is beautiful. She keeps her garden well cared for. Flowers and herbs and vegetables. There are a few apple trees and a few mulberry trees in the yard. The steps painted blue. The door red. And you arrive.
I walk up and I ring the doorbell.
The doorbell rings and almost instantly the door opens and you see your mama there. She is in white. She's got her hair wrapped and she is looking at you. She looks you up and down. Good morning.
Good morning, mama. And I like hug her. I like embrace her in a tight hug. Despite everything, and I'm in trouble, I still miss her.
She looks at you and says, "Oh, Genissa, I thought you said you healed quickly."
Yes, that was an unexpected turn of events after we spoke yesterday, and I will explain as much as I am able to explain now that we're here. Oh, by the way, this is Romero.
Good morning.
Romero, it's nice to meet you.
Ruin.
Alexis.
Ruin is
not there
on the sidewalk. Oh yeah, I'm behind. But yeah, they will absolutely wait outside though.
Yeah, Ruin's not there. But yeah. Alexis, Romero. Well, Genissa, let's get everybody inside. Tell me what's happening.
Okay. So as I cross the threshold, I take off my shoes and put them on the shoe rack by the door. And I kind of look at everybody pointedly to do the same. So this is Romero. They are the person who I mentioned on the phone. They woke up earlier last week with a kind of demon on their back. They've been having really bad dreams, some manifestations. We've run into a couple.
She holds up her hand when you say ran into a couple, and she says, Romero, dear, your hand. Can I see it?
And Romero just offers the hand without ceremony.
Genissa's grandmother's hands are very soft and tender. She handles your hand gently and gently touches the clock, which you now see is on 6. And she says, curious. Oh, well, isn't that a shame? How have you been coping, dear? She looks straight in your eyes. Romero.
I think even in asking that question, the response is a non-verbal response. Like, the weariness of all of this, including the most recent set of dreams, is something that is just very easily read on his face.
She whips around to you, Genissa, and she says, why didn't you bring him to me sooner?
Well, to be completely honest, Mama, Romero is very stubborn, and it took a lot of doing to just get him to let us hang around. So I feel like if I had pulled up on day one and be like, actually, let's go to my grandma's house, that probably would have gone over like a lead balloon.
I see you keep company that shares your stubbornness.
Yeah.
And maybe a bit of a guilt complex about getting people mixed up in the affairs of an archdemon, but, you know.
Your grandmother just kind of huffs, and Romero has not let go of your hand, and she starts walking further into the house, still holding your hand and like guiding you.
And I'm just following.
Alexis follows you all as well, and she leads you back into a large dining room. The table is set, and there is a bounty of food and a bounty of some other stuff. You notice on one side there are chairs set up for you all, and there's plates and food. There is eggs and sausages. There are biscuits, American biscuits, and there is also some papaya. There's some mango as well. And she says, well, sit. Eat up while I get some things together. And she moves to the other side of the table where there are dried herbs and there are some crystals. There's some what seem to possibly be some bones. There are 2 or 3 different Bibles and some keys. There's a couple of wine glasses as well of different shapes and sizes. But the food is there for you all. As she gets to work, it seems skillfully moving through the host of items she has set before herself in anticipation of your arrival.
I look around at everything that's on the table, and I'm like clearly looking for something in particular. And I turn to her and I'm like, Mama, where is the food for me?
She points back at the other end of the table that is set with all of the bacon and the eggs and the biscuits and the jam and tea and all that stuff. And she says, the food is clearly right there.
Mama, you didn't make any. But where's the cocoa tea, Mama? You didn't make any cocoa tea?
Cocoa tea is for granddaughters that come and see their mama when it's not a crisis.
Wow. Okay, I deserve that. But really, I can't have any? Like, you're not gonna...
I'll see what I can scrounge up later.
Okay. And I like begrudgingly pick up a piece of bacon and like just take a big old bite out of it. Very, very much pouting in this moment.
And you hear your grandmother very snarkily, but somewhat quietly, look kind of up at you over her glasses and just say, "Careful, pout any harder and your lips will pop off."
Just like my lips immediately flatten into a line. And I sit down at the table and just start putting fruit on my plate. Fruit and bacon. Lots and lots of bacon.
Alexis is filling his plate with a little bit of everything, bacon and fruit and eggs, and enjoying themselves, and gives words of thanks over to your grandmother.
Like, I think Romero has run into enough people, especially grandparents, and especially, like, I believe we said that this is like a West Indian lady.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like, you know better than to like be in the way of things, especially as a guest at their home during a time of crisis. So I am just at the breakfast end of the table doing breakfast end of the table things.
Mm-hmm. The food is delicious. It's homemade and it's well seasoned. And it feels, Genissa, for you, it feels like home. Like the home of ancestors. And you all feel that warmth, and you feel the herbs and things. And if you need to heal anymore, you can heal one stress by eating this meal, because there is magic in this food. As you all are eating, Genissa's grandmother works, and you see her putting together mixtures of herbs and liquids, as well as pulling aside, it would seem, a few things. She leaves the room a couple times and comes back with things. And then once you all seem to have had at least a plate and a half of food, she speaks back up and she says, "So, what exactly would be helpful?"
Well, like I said on the phone yesterday, it would really help a lot if we had mostly we got to find some things and destroy some things in order to break this manifestation. And we are having a hell of a time finding the last of the things that we're supposed to find. And this
things is not specific, Genissa.
Yes, ma'am. We are, so there's a demonic manifestation in progress, and it uses these seals. I apologize. This is all, I just learned about all this stuff.
That would explain the strangeness. Have you seen the news this morning?
No.
The plants, there are invasive species, different species taking over the parks, the lake, the algae.
If I may.
Yes, dear.
Sorry to interrupt. You said you were looking for specific information, right?
Yes. Are you looking for items? Are you looking for locations, seals? What exactly things do you need?
Probably a bit of all the above, but if it helps for you to know what we're dealing with to answer those questions,
You're dealing with a very powerful entity trying to rip its way into our world, baby. I know.
its name is Papa Bawa, or one of them.
You see her face sour, and she kind of clicks her tongue and kisses her teeth. Yes, that.
I haven't seen the news, but the mention of invasive plant species sounds very much up the alley of that kind of a thing.
Yes. Well, I see.
And yeah, finding seal so far has gone rather slow, considering that most of them also have required me to deal with some things that I am sure probably should have been addressed in therapy, but have had me having to say uncomfortable things at work and dealing with demons made out of mirrors in back alleys and museums. So
She pulls out a couple of things and she hands you a bag and she says, think about what you're looking for. Very specific. Pour it out. And she touches an empty spot on the table when she says pour it out.
Okay. Romero takes a deep breath and then pours the contents into the spot on the table. The thought that he has is, where is the next easiest seal to deal with?
You pour it out and she starts muttering and she looks and you see that what's been poured out is a set of clean bleached bones. And she looks at them, gives them a good once over on the table, and she says, Romero, this is odd. Is this somewhere you've been where you felt incredibly betrayed?
Yeah. There definitely is.
All right. Well, baby, you're gonna have to share with the class, perhaps.
Right. And he just fumbles around for something to drink. Right. I work with the city to help build community spaces, programs to assist the needy in the city. And my manager and I, mentor and a friend at the time, met at the build, and I was talking about ideas I had, programs in mind that would probably be more immediately helpful to people, but we were running into some roadblocks. And at some point in the middle of all of this, Romero just closes their eyes. They are, in some ways, almost reliving the moment. And, well, I talked to her about things. And after sharing my thoughts and my feelings, she looked at me and nodded and said that she understood where I was coming from, but felt that we needed to go back to the fundamentals, reading and research and things. And when I told her that people were being harmed in the wake of waiting for us to finish doing research and reading, she just said that sometimes the path forward isn't always linear and challenges are bound to come up no matter what it was that we were going to do.
Of course. Yes, when people are in need, the best thing to do is slow down and nothing. Sure. Okay, well, that would fit. You're likely to need to go to that place.
Not gonna lie here, I thought this had come up earlier in our week because there was a confrontation I had with that very person at work. And in a lot of ways, it broke my heart all over again. And now there's this. I don't know what's in there.
Yes, well, that's, accurate, so you're probably not going to know it until you go, but I can give you a few things I whipped up here. And Nessa, baby.
Yes, ma'am.
If you'll go in the kitchen, I forgot there's some sugar cane on top of the fridge. If you can grab that.
Can I eat some?
Yes.
Yay! And I get up and bounce to the kitchen.
There is a smirk here, nearly imperceptible on Romero's face, of how in this place that Genissa clearly feels both safe and loved and comfortable, very much in the mode of, I am back here and I can be a little kid. I am not responsible for things and it's great. And it's just asking for simple things like sugar cane and her favorite tea from grandma.
I literally run off to the kitchen to grab the sugar cane, and I'm definitely going to snoop a little bit and see if I can find
It's in the cabinet where it always is.
Yes, so I definitely come back with the sugar cane in one hand and a Rock-Tart partially eaten in the other hand. I found this.
Your grandmother gives you a look, but there's fondness in her eyes, and she takes the sugar cane and gives you a slight smile, and goes to whipping up one more thing and putting it in a small glass jar, and she hands out 3 things. Romero, to you, there is a jar that has a light blue to it, and it's warm, and she says, I think that what you're going to need is something to lighten up the bitterness, let you through that ice that comes from people who've hardened the hearts. She hands you this small glass bottle with this blue liquid in it. Then she reaches over to Alexis, who's been quiet and eating and off and on staring at their phone, and hands Alexis a thick paste in a jar that is a darker brown, almost black color, and says, I think you'll need something like this to wash away the pain and soot of a broken heart. Alexis looks at this woman and wraps her hands around this jar, staring at the woman, and she says, how did you know? And just kind of deflates, staring at the jar. And Genissa, your grandmother, comes to you last. And there's a jar with a thick, almost clear, but slightly pink liquid gel. It's in the middle. It's not quite liquid, but it's a little jelly. And she says, Nessa dear, you're, I think, going to need something to soften up that callus over your heart, darling. And that stubborn streak, I swear.
No, that's not my fault. That's genetic.
Listen. Take this. And don't you dare wait until you're in dire trouble again.
I take the jar. Yes, ma'am. Can I have one more thing though? Because I got beat up real bad yesterday, like real bad. And it hurt a lot. And they ruined my favorite hoodie. The one that you gave me for Christmas like 5 years ago.
Well,
with the daisies on it.
Play silly games, get silly prizes, darling. Sometimes we have to learn to let go.
Is this going to keep me from getting beat up again?
No, not at all.
Okay. How is this supposed to help?
Your job. You, girl.
Okay. I'm sorry. I'm just saying, like...
If you are going to go pick a fight, I don't know what to tell you. But what this will do, it will help protect you in certain ways. But be careful. Please.
As careful as I can be in this situation. And kind of look at her like, this is some shit. And you know it's some shit, so...
And after the situation, we need to have a talk.
Yeah. Why is your door red?
We'll have a talk.
Okay.
Especially, I am assuming, based on what I've seen, you two, she points between you and Alexis, may have something to tell me that you need assistance with. And she raises her eyebrows.
I look at Alexis and I'm like, see, she just knows stuff. Like, it's really, really creepy sometimes. But I love her. And I give like a big, cheesy smile.
She can't help herself and she smiles back at you and gives you a kiss on the forehead and a kiss on the hand and looks at all three of you. And she says, please be careful. These are incredibly dangerous and difficult things that you are dealing with.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you for your help. This is a lot.
Nissa, baby, I love you. And nothing's too much for family.
And I kind of just lean forward, my head against like her midsection and wrap my arms around her back. Like I used to do when I was very small and that was all that I could reach.
She wraps her hands around your head, wrapping you in this cocoon of warmth and protection, and you can smell the vanilla and lavender that she has worn since you could remember.
It is deeply soothing to the nerves that are so frayed after that brush with death. And I think it heals the part of me that Felix's cookie could not touch.
And she looks at the clock and she says, now, as much as I would love to have you all stay, it seems as though you all have somewhere to be.
Yeah, we do.
Take care of each other.
They are doing their level best. I have not necessarily made that the easiest thing to do.
Well then, as I told my baby girl over there, stop being so damn stubborn.
And the response to that is, a respectful nod, because when a lady with authority is speaking, we listen.
So, you all leave. She stands at the door and sees you all off. And I'm assuming once the door closes is when, Ruin, you make yourself known again.
I think when she opens the door, she will see Ruin maybe chatting up her neighbor. Just truly pleasantly
Genissa,
chatting.
You see your grandmother look over to the neighbors, and you see her eyes kind of narrow upon seeing Ruin. And she just kisses her teeth and clicks and mutters something under her breath that you don't quite catch. Looks at you and says, "You sure you're all right?"
Yes, I am. They said they were going to come in.
No,
and then
they wouldn't. Your grandmother cuts you off and says, "No, I don't think they were."
Yeah, well, when I told them that your door was red, they were like, actually, never mind. And so then that's why I asked you why your door was red, because I figured, yeah. And then
your grandmother gives you a smile you haven't seen on her before. It's warm because every smile you've ever seen from your grandmother is warm, but there are teeth under that smile that you've not seen from her before. When she says, "Oh, well, what a pity."
And I know my grandmother. I mean, I know everything about everything that she does and gets up to. Clearly, because she just knows stuff, and I accept that. But I know, she's got that good old lady Christian niceness. I know what a pity means. And I say, I know it's a very strange world right now, Mama. They're helping. As strange as that sounds, they have helped us a lot in this situation. They're the reason why I didn't show up. Why we, and I look at Alexis, didn't show up completely battered here this morning. They are the strange thing that happened after I spoke to you that helped get us fixed up. So they're helping, as weird as that is.
Your grandmother holds up a hand and says, "Genissa, you are an adult, and I do know that. And I trust you. So, fine, but never, ever will they set foot in my home."
Understood.
And she turns back to the house and just stands in the doorway watching you all go until you get, off to the sidewalk to reunite, and then closes her door. Where do you all head?
We off to this cafe?
Yeah, I'm gonna pull up my rideshare app again and kind of look at everyone. So what's the move from here?
I feel like there's only one move from here, so let's get to it.
And with that, we're going to end our episode here. Thank you for listening to Woke Mental Wellness Presents Windy City Nihilism, a 12 Inner Demons homebrew podcast. This podcast has been made possible in part thanks to a grant from Diversity Saves. Episodes are edited by Marissa Ewing of Hemlock Creek Productions. If you enjoyed this podcast, please leave a review and tell your friends. If you want to help financially, you can visit the Woke Mental Wellness Ko-Fi listed in the show notes. Take care, and remember, hope and resistance do best in community.